Imagine a place where in just 2 years of relentless bombing, 1 out of every 10 people is either dead or injured. Gaza isn't just a name. It's the story of millions of shattered lives. In today's documentary, from the first rocket on October 7, 2023, to 2026, we'll try to understand every tear shed on Gaza's streets, hospitals, and tents. Without propaganda, without bias, just data, ground reports, and a human perspective. If you want to know the truth, watch this video till the end. Gaza's story didn't start suddenly. The Israel-Palestine conflict has been simmering for decades, but the spark for this large-scale war ignited on the morning of October 7, 2023. Hamas fighters launched massive rocket barges from Gaza toward Israel and crossed the border fence, attacking Israeli towns and a music festival. These attacks killed approximately 1,200 Israelis and around 250 people were taken hostage to Gaza. Israel called it the Al-Aqsa flood attack and responded with airstrikes and a strict blockade on Gaza. Fuel, electricity, water, medicine, everything faced heavy restrictions, and gradually the entire area transformed into a battlefield. In just the first few weeks of attacks, thousands of airstrikes hit Gaza. Buildings, roads, markets, schools, everything began turning to rubble one by one. Israel stated its targets were Hamas tunnel networks, command centers, and rocket launch sites. But Gaza's population is extremely dense, meaning thousands of civilians live within the range of even a single missile. Within weeks, people from Gaza City and northern Gaza were told to move south, displacing nearly the entire population. According to the UN, over 1 million people were forced to abandon their homes in the initial months, seeking shelter in tents, schools, or relatives' houses.
Now let's talk about the numbers that reveal the true cost of this war. Based on Gaza's health ministry and various international reports,
from 2023 to early 2026, over 70,000 Palestinians have been killed in Gaza and approximately 170,000 plus injured. Bar chart increasing. These figures are collected daily from hospitals, morgues, and civil defense teams. Many UN agencies and research groups consider this data generally reliable for showing trends, but the actual numbers could be higher since thousands remain under rubble or missing. Increasing, some studies warn that the true death toll could be 30 to 40% higher than official counts, as not every death even reaches a hospital for recording. Increasing, these aren't just statistics. Behind every number is an entire family, an unfulfilled dream, a child, a mother, or an elderly person's story. This war didn't just claim fighters. Reports indicate a significant portion of Palestinian deaths were children and women. The UN and humanitarian organizations have repeatedly stated that an entire generation in Gaza is growing up amid trauma and hunger. This has also proven to be the world's most dangerous conflict for journalists. The Committee to Protect Journalists says hundreds of Palestinian and some Israeli and Lebanese journalists have been killed or injured while reporting since 2023. Meaning not just ordinary people, but those trying to bring the truth to the world were also targeted. Deaths didn't come only from bombs and bullets. As the war dragged on, food supplies broke down, clean drinking water became scarce, and hospitals ran out of medicine and electricity. Some reports stated famine-like conditions emerged in parts of Gaza. People standing in lines for hours for flour, children falling sick from malnutrition, and many deaths due to lack of treatment.
The UN has called this one of the most severe humanitarian crises of the modern era, where over 2 million
people in a tiny strip live under constant insecurity, hunger, and bombardment.
One thing you must understand clearly, every war comes with an information war. Gaza's casualty figures mostly come from the health ministry, which Israel and some allies question, while independent analyses often say the data is generally undercounted. On the other hand, Hamas and other political forces also present different narratives. In such cases, it's essential not to blindly trust any single source, but to
cross-check data from UN agencies, humanitarian organizations, independent research, and multiple newsrooms.
Perhaps you and I can't stop this war alone. Every life has value. This isn't a political statement, it's a human statement.
If you've watched this documentary till here, write just one thing in the comments. Every life has value. This isn't a political statement, it's a human statement.
If you feel neutral, data-based explainers like this are needed, share this video, subscribe to the channel so more people can understand what's really behind the headlines.